I was reading this morning in Luke chapter 12, 49, talks about Jesus causing division. And it talks about how, here, I'll just show you. It's straight from the word. But it's talking about how families will be divided and that Jesus is the cause. And at that, I think, well, man, that's not good, don't you? Wouldn't you think Jesus would want to bring families closer together? And of course, ultimately, of course, that's what Jesus wants. But I've been able to witness this firsthand, and your heart aches for any sort of family separation, whether it be a physical or emotional, when kids are young or old. It doesn't really matter. But I think the point of this passage in the Bible is telling us that, hey, this is going to happen, and that doesn't mean that following him is a bad thing. It just says that, hey, this is a fact of life, that we live in an imperfect world. And it's interesting because I don't know, maybe in other parts of the world it matters, or it happens, I guess I should say, but I've never heard of a house divided over Buddhism or Hinduism. And again, I'm sure it happens. It's just my experience, my culture that I live in. But Jesus is absolutely a very a figure that causes divide, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's interesting. The other passage I read this morning, let me flip it around, talking about in Luke 14, 16. I'm see if that comes out through. But essentially what this is telling a parable of having a big banquet, and how all of the rich are saying, hey, I can't make it to the banquet because I've got this going on, I've got this going on. And Jesus is saying, like, hey, I'm your king, I'm inviting you in to share a meal with me, like you should be here, right? And I think the point of the passage is that, is it evil to be rich? I don't think so. I don't think it's evil to be rich, but um, the more wealth you have, I feel the bigger draw you have to make money your God, or make things your God. And just to be careful, and that when you are poor or desperate or sick, it's so much easier to run after Jesus because you need him. We always need him, but you feel the immediate need for him more. Something I was just thinking about and praying about, and just want to make a quick video on. So if you're reading your Bibles, and if you happen to want to follow along with me, I'm basically just doing 2 pages a day. I'm reading them really slow and thinking through some things. So anyways, I'm in Luke 16, in parable of the lost son. So that's a really great story. This one gets taught about a lot at churches. It's an awesome parable. So anyways, that's where we're at, and just want to share my thoughts. All right, see you soon.